Good morning, and welcome to episode 4 of the Powerpuff Babes podcast, where sugar meets spice and everything nice. We're your hosts, Kat, Allie, and Mo, and today we're going to talk about a lot of different things. Well, not a lot, but we're going to have different things to talk about today. Um, we're still very sleepy, so pardon us, but we're here. That's all I can
We
say.
are here.
We are here, and we're ready.
Mhm.
um, I want to start off the show with with a couple of crazy facts that I found very interesting, and I would like to share with you too because it's really silly sometimes. But okay, so the very first fact that I saw in this list is the fact there that you know how COVID hit, so like, there's been a lot of um quarantine and not going out, so you guys are staying home, blah blah blah. Well, more sets of twins are being born now more than ever between the year between 2000, I think it was 2020 to now.
That's
So
crazy.
people are getting freaky.
Oh my god.
People really busting it down.
I wonder what it like what it is. Like, is it like the food that people are eating? Is there something in the water? Like type shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I was like,
like
what do you
what
mean?
is it that's like making people have more twins than like
I don't
There's
know.
this thing
there's
I read
gotta be
where,
like,
during like war times, like World War One, World War II, a lot of like boys would be born before then, like a little bit before then,
Mm-hmm.
and then after the wars, a lot of girls would be born. It's really weird, but there's like a study on it that
yeah.
when a lot of boys are born, it's like the sign that something's gonna happen. I don't understand, but I thought that was pretty
Oh,
crazy.
that's
Interesting. I knew there were
interesting.
baby boomers, but I didn't know it was like before and after the war.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right. That's crazy.
Makes me wonder what's in the water.
I mean, same, because.
Like, how are they able to make it like more boys and then more girls?
Right. Well,
That's hilarious, though. That's crazy. I had no clue. So yeah,
it.
there's a whole generation called baby boomers, and I know why,
Yeah.
but like, didn't know it was like that.
Yep. I've actually, like. I kind of could tell that this one was, like, accurate because most of the time on TikTok, I'll be seeing, like, more sets of twins than just singular kids.
No,
And I'm like,
same.
wait. I was like, as soon as I read that, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, no,
Wait
I've
a
literally
minute.
seen like 3 month to maybe a year and a half old twins, and like it's the weirdest stories, but it's like very close. Like there's multiple moms and families on my For You page
Mm-hmm.
that have twins, and I'm like, what the
Right.
fuck? And then some of these babies are huge. Like that one lady has these
Oh, the
gigantic
chubbiest
babies.
baby.
Yes. And it's like, how?
And she's like super tiny, like her body's like
Yeah,
super
now
tiny. And
she's
I was
like
like,
really
wait.
tiny. And her, like, when she holds both of them, she's like covered. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
great.
it's insane. But,
But yeah.
damn. Oh man. Well, did you know? So whenever you get a new car and you have that new car smell inside
hmm
and it's like the best smell ever,
hmm
did you know that there's about 50 plus chemicals that make that new car smell?
Well, I personally, I mean, well, that sounds about right
Mhm.
because, like, I mean, there's so much that goes into making cars and cleaning them and stuff before they're like produced.
Mhm.
But I don't mind smelling that smell.
Yeah,
Even if
it's
it
it's an
means
awesome
life is
smell.
being taken off slowly but surely, I will sit in a new car for hours
Oh yeah.
until it doesn't smell like
Me.
it, and then I'll move on to the next one, and then maybe I'll come back to that one.
Yeah. And those chemicals that are used to make the new car smell, they are also actually found in nail polish, auto fuel, and petroleum. And I was just like, whoa. I don't
That sounds
mind though
right.
because it's an amazing smell.
Yeah, like the
It's
smell,
like it's
the smell.
new.
Oh God, the
Yeah.
smell of nail polish isn't that bad.
Mhm.
Um, like I don't like. It's not like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sit here and smell nail polish, but like it's not that bad. Like if I smell it while I'm getting my nails done, or if I'm painting my nails, it's like okay, whatever. Like I don't mind it. I'll sit there. I'm not like gagging, but I love the smell of gas. Like at a gas station, getting out of the car,
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I love it. So that honestly makes a lot more sense as to why those smells are like, ooh.
Yeah, I love that
Especially
smell.
like,
I'm like I can't wait to get a new car. Um
mm-hmm.
and just like sit in it for hours. Like after I purchase it. Just
Literally.
for me to be like, ah, this smell is nice.
Right? I need to find a fucking car scent thing that's like new car smell. Because some of them, like, they say new car smell, but only a few of them get it right. I need to find that one that gets it right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, like, it has to be, like, when they first put, like, new gas in the little, like, in the pumps, or if it's, like, a giant gas station. And there's, like, it's like a mix of, like, the exhaust and the gas.
Mhm.
I don't know what it is, but it smells so good to me. It's crazy.
Um another fact that I found.
Mm-hmm.
So you know those stone heads on Easter Island?
Yes.
You know those big famous stone heads. Well,
Mm-hmm.
according to this website, and I have actually researched this just to make sure, and it is true. Um, they actually have torsos. Like
Like
you know, you could see
underground.
like yeah. So like there was
Yeah.
this like group of archaeologists that went to just Easter Island just to kind of like check out the stones, make sure that they're still in good shape or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
they actually excavated two of the many uh stones that are there, and those two actually had full-on torsos, and I was like, what? So they actually measured about 33 feet worth of torso like underground. And I was like, what?
30 feet of torso.
Yep.
Who made these heads?
I have no
And who,
clue.
I know it's
That's
like a like
insane.
it's like one of the world's biggest mysteries. Like they don't know who made them or put them there. I don't mean like it completely rhetorical. Like who made these and who was trying to start a stonehead army? Like
I have no clue. I
why
was
do they
going
have
to
torsos and where were you going with that?
yeah, I was going to research, but then I was like, I don't know if that's like a thing I should research. Because I'm like,
Bro, you're about to get yourself in trouble.
yeah, exactly. Like, I don't want FBI
Who
busting
made
down
the
my
Easter
door.
heads and how can I get in contact?
Oh my,
That's crazy though. Yeah, I
yeah.
literally had no clue. Like that's some shit you like I there's this TikTok page. I don't follow it, but it pops up every now and then. It's like things that people weren't supposed to see and it's like the ocean at dark
Oh
or like
yeah.
this random shit. That feels like something they'd post about. Like the Easter Island heads have fucking torsos. That's
Yes,
terrifying to think about
it
because it's
is.
like,
Cause like, think of
what if
how
they never
huge that is
that? Yeah, gigantic because
compared
they're
to
what
just
already
a
like
regular person.
the head themselves are already like what?
They're huge.
Yeah, at least like 15 feet.
I believe so. Yeah.
Like, god damn. Oh my god. Imagine if they put. Dude, how did they get down there? Who? I need to know who put those there and what they were thinking because at first, like when it's just heads, it's like okay, whatever. Like there's tons of history with people moving gigantic fucking like things, building shit, putting things places, whatever. It's like it's not a crazy mystery that they could have gotten there. But if you add the 30-foot long torsos, who put them there? What
Apparently,
kind of god just
um,
chucked a dude?
it was a group, or I guess you could say a tribe, called the Rapa Nui. Um,
I
and
could
they
believe it was a
built the
group of people.
famous Easter Island stone statues
Years of
between the
oh,
years 1250 to 1500 AD.
I mean, yeah, I could see it being a group for sure. Because, well, I mean, not that I thought one person did it by themselves, but I'm just like, how? And only two had torsos.
So they excavated two of the many heads that have. They didn't excavate all of them. They only picked two, and they
So
found that those two had torsos. So it's possible that all of them have torsos instead of
okay,
just the heads.
did they keep going until it stopped, or do these have legs that we have yet to
Don't
dig?
know. All I know is that they excavated and they found that they have torsos. Imagine if they have
I don't.
legs. Oh my
That
god.
I'd be terrified. But no, like I don't understand why just do two. Like you would think for sure it'd be like, oh yeah, let's do all of them to make sure. Let's not
Right.
just assume that they all have
Well,
torsos, and
what?
some of
Well,
them might have different things and or more.
right. Well, maybe they did two right now, and they're going to do the rest. They
Maybe.
just so far like they've already sent out the information of what they're found so far.
Yeah, like that was in the works, and they're still
Yeah.
looking.
Yeah.
I mean, that I am okay with that knowledge. Like, I don't want them to fuck it up, and I hope they like recover it and shit after they take pictures and whatever.
Yeah.
But like this entire time, we thought they were just heads. So I mean, I'm kind of sad that people didn't excavate sooner, but I'm sure now we have the tools that like keeps them from, ruining. They can dig out where they don't feel things and stuff like that. So I hope that they find torsos on all of them because that's just even more of a mystery. Like,
Right.
Just
how
find the
did they get
knife.
that deep?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they just like
That's-
reach out. Like if they found the torsos, but they didn't find the arms. But there are legs. If these things are already like 45 feet tall, that is terrifying. If they get legs, no matter what size, they will be terrifying.
Oh my god, that's so scary. I can't.
It's very scary. Imagine going over there only to find like a torso
Hey
with a
guys,
head.
let's go take a trip to the
Fuck
Easter Island head.
that,
Oh
dude.
no.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. As soon as you get there, they come to life.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Dude, what if they're like the stones? You know how in DBD, Dead by Daylight,
Hell
those
no.
stones turn around whenever you're
Oh
not
my
looking?
god,
Oh my
dude.
god.
That
So
Absolutely
that
not.
made it worse.
Like the last person that was alive was like standing in the middle of them all.
Oh my god.
And
that'd
that's
be
why they're looking.
terrifying. Oh no. I just
That's
imagined myself in that scenario. Oh god, no.
No,
like however
no.
they died, they were in the middle.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay, anyways. Moving on.
I now have another big fear.
Dentists.
Another irrational fear.
Dentists have
Mhm.
been wanting to fuck up your teeth as early as 1897. So,
I mean, well, yeah.
yes, there is a dentist by the name of William Morrison that actually invented cotton candy. And he partnered up with a candy maker named John C. Wharton to develop the cotton candy machine, which at the time was known as fairy floss, and it's been bringing kids
Oh,
cavities ever since.
Interesting.
he just made business boom for dentists. They should thank
Yeah.
him.
I think they do, because a lot of kids like candy, cotton candy. I am not a big fan.
I used to love
Me neither.
cotton candy. When I first had it, I didn't realize that it would like literally melt in your mouth.
Uh-huh.
I
At
loved
first I
it.
was like,
I
damn,
haven't had it
this
in
is
years.
good. Mm-mm.
Texas is
Nothing.
horrible about having carnivals and shit, so I haven't had
Yeah.
cotton candy since probably like 2012, 2013 when they had like the last full out Deutschenfest that they do.
Yeah, there has to be like this big event planned, and then nearby stores in the area will sell cotton candy. But I
Mm,
haven't seen some in a long time.
yeah, and I haven't had like like the OG cotton candy. They swivel it around the thing on the cone and you pick it off. Like it's always in the bag, like that big giant
Mm-hmm.
bag of like blue or pink or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's in
So
that tub.
yeah, I've had like out of the bag and like out of the tub, but it's been a
Never-
long ass time since I've had it like off the little stick. I want to say I wasn't even at a Texas carnival. I was somewhere else at a better carnival. I was like in a different state, and they knew how to party, and they had cotton candies on the stick.
Have
And like they know how to
you?
party.
Yeah. I don't know. I think last time I had cotton candy, um, it was definitely when I was young, but I wasn't. I think, as a matter of fact, I was in El Salvador with my family, to visit my family, and we went to um the carnival that they always do every year there, and I think that was the last time I had cotton candy. Mainly because it was just so sweet, and I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Mm.
I had, I think I rarely had cotton candy when I was a child, but I just stopped eating cotton candy because it's just like I couldn't. It was just so sweet. I couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. It is pretty sweet.
It is
I mean,
so
like I literally
sweet.
only had it when like carnivals and shit were in town, and like the rodeo and shit. But
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had it in a while either. But
Yeah.
that makes sense that it would cause cavities
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
that was what prior to tons of sugar regulations and shit. I can only imagine.
Yep. Made a ton of money back then.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm sure.
A lot of people have questioned what space smells like. Not sure why, but they just questioned it. So they've actually had astronauts like questioned astronauts about it, and astronauts have actually confirmed that it smells like hot metal or searing steak, because whenever they would come back in, um like the odor of space would actually still hang around on the spacesuit after they're done with
Yeah,
their
like when you
spacewalk and
like
whatnot.
go outside, like
Yeah,
play outside,
so
and you come inside, your parents are like, "You smell like outside."
yeah. So like they would like
That's crazy.
smell that like hot metal or quote unquote searing steak. So that's what it smells like.
Hmm. I would think it smelled like kind of like metal-ish, but like dust. You know,
Yeah.
you
Mm-hmm.
have a bunch of shit exploding and turning to dust and decaying slowly but surely. Like I would think it would smell like things are dying, dusty, dying, hot stuff. Because like everything is hot. So
Mm.
I don't know though. That's interesting though. Metal and like searing steak.
It's
I need
weird.
somebody to put dust in there and I'll believe it. No, I'm just
Dust.
kidding. Somebody say it smells like dust.
Oh
Wonder
man.
if you get allergies in space.
Ooh, that is a good
Imagine
question.
like going to space to avoid your allergies. And
And
space
then
is
you
like,
start
just kidding.
sneezing.
Right.
JK. Someone goes outside, they come in after an expedition, and you're just like sneezing your head off. And like, are you kidding me?
I bet there'd be better internet then.
Imagine coming back to Earth and saying to your doctors, "What else are you allergic to?"
Space.
Space.
He's
Excuse me? No, 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 no. I know you're confused, but I'm allergic to space.
Let me explain.
So, like, a couple months ago, they just did a whole story about how they're allergic to space.
Oh man.
by the
That's
way, I went
insane.
to
It's just been
space.
the biggest sneezes I've ever had.
Yeah, if you didn't know, I was in space. But while I was in space,
Oh man.
I would literally make my life, like, fuck being an astronaut. I would make my life a comedian, and that would be my biggest joke. I would tell it in a bajillion different ways, but it would still be funny because the punchline is, I'm allergic to fucking space, where there's no sound, no air, and I'm the motherfucker allergic to it. Like, all you bitches die, I just sneeze. That'd be crazy.
Oh man.
You could just
So
leave Earth's atmosphere and break out in hives. What do you do?
break out.
Dude.
Just start crying. Viruses are so bad.
There's nothing you can do but bust out in tears at that point. What are you gonna do? Logically think about it. What are you gonna do? There's nothing you can do. Just cry.
Man.
Just cry and it'll all be over soon.
So there's this woman who got married in 2018. She says that her dream as a child has always been to break the Guinness World Record title for the longest wedding veil. She accomplished it. And her wedding veil was the same length as a 63.5 football fields. So that's 22,843 feet.
That bitch was out the back door when she was at the altar. What the fuck? Hey, yo.
They stopped traffic for her fucking veil, and everybody's like, I got places to be. What the fuck is going on today?
Like, her groom was her, like, what? What was the... I am sure. You said a train or a veil?
It's a veil.
A veil. Right. That's what I thought you said. All right. So not only could she not see for 63.5, you said?
Football fields, yeah.
Yeah, 63.5 football fields. But there's no way in hell she wasn't tripping with every step she took.
Nah, I'm pretty sure. Well,
like, I am one uncoordinated motherfucker, but like, there's no way with as much coordination as you could possibly muster that she wasn't tripping every fucking step. At least every, like, 3 steps. Like, come on now. Logically, one of those got bunched up. No, I don't care. I don't care who was holding it. I don't care how many people were holding it. She tripped. She had to trip.
I think the front
Somebody
of the
fell.
veil was short, but the back
was almost like a train, probably.
Yeah, it was almost as if like a train.
Is it a train or a trail? It's a train.
It's a train.
Train, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. But
dude,
that's too much.
You're telling me there's not... Okay. She had to make it that long to break the record, or she just did because she didn't want anybody else to break it?
I think... Hold on.
Because I feel like she could have stopped halfway through and been okay. You know? So...
What?
That feels like she just went above and beyond. It was like, nobody's breaking this record. I don't give a fuck.
I don't think the size bothers me as much as how much that bitch probably weighed.
Oh my god, I can't even imagine. We don't even know what the rest of the dress was like.
What if it had like a bunch of beads? If there was a bunch of beads in there, that's like extra weight.
Dude. I know. There's no way that as soon as she could, she didn't take that off. Come on.
Oh my god. I have pictures.
You have... I need to see this. I need to see these because my brain can't even imagine what the fuck this looks like. I'm sticking with my statement. That bitch was at the back door while she was at the altar. Like, you can't make me feel any differently about it. No fucking way, dude. She was out the back door.
No, she went around the door several times.
There was a pole at the end of the field, and she walked back and forth, stopped at the pole, and kept going. She was running fucking. What is that exercise that they have you run in gym where you're going up and down the court? You're touching the line. She was doing that before they set up the wedding.
My
She was out there before everybody else was.
My school, they used to call those suicides because
That's
those
what they
people
call them,
like
yep.
Suicides.
hurting.
Yep. She was running suicides. You know how normally the groom is there first, waiting on the bride.
Right.
She was waiting on him. She couldn't move. There's no way she did all that after people were there and set up.
She had
Hell no.
30 volunteers helping her with this.
Oh no. Just 30?
30
Ain't no way.
months to get done.
3, dude. I would have.
3 months. Oh
I would have quit as soon as I saw the receipt
wow.
order. 63.5. What was it? 2,000. What did you say? What was the actual number?
22,000. Oh no, sorry, 23,294 feet.
Yeah, I would have seen like the first 3 numbers and been like, I'm out of here.
I would quit. She would
I
have asked me
would've
that
quit.
question, and I would have blocked her.
It said volunteer, right? Hey, would you help me make this veil? Yeah, sure. How long is it? So I was thinking walk.
Walk with me. I gotta
Walk.
explain it to you.
Walk with me while we lay it out on the field. Walk with me.
They go,
This
"Wait,
is what
on the
it'll look
field?"
like on the day. What field? Oh, don't worry. You'll see. This bitch she got married on a football-sized field and walked back and forth 63 and a half times until she was where she wanted to be. And then they got married. So, okay, in that picture, I feel like they laid it out for this picture. So I feel like they might have been inside. If they weren't, where did people sit? Like, if this is where they got married, where the fuck did people sit? Like, this feels like it was set up for the picture. Gotta be. But if they were inside, that had to be like rolled up beyond compare. Like, she had a fucking circle hay bale behind her. Like, her maids of honor were like, or her bridesmaids, that's what they're called, were like behind the veil. And she was like, you know what I'm talking about? Those like gigantic fucking hay bales that are like circular?
Yeah.
That's what it looked like behind her.
She had to have a replacement one for the ceremony and whatnot.
Had to, and this was just for the record, had to. Because that's just so much. I'm sorry. But the look on her husband's face in this picture, he already looks so over it.
It's just like, I'm done.
He heard what she wanted to do and was like, I propose to that. I have proposed to this woman, and she wants 63 and a half football fields long on her head. Like, his face is just done.
His face reads, I had nothing to do with this.
No, literally, that was all him. I mean, her. She was like, I know what I want my veil to be. And he was like, okay, babe. And then she showed up walking down the aisle, and he was like, it doesn't stop. It doesn't.
Why isn't it stopping?
There's more people bringing it in.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. That's funny as fuck. I didn't even see his face when I first looked at it. He does not look happy to be there.
Oh, okay. This next one, it had me on the first half, but then I realized what happened. There were 12 bodies, well, skeletons, once found in Benjamin Franklin's basement.
Whoa, wait.
Listen.
I need you to start that over because hold the fuck on.
12 bodies, skeletal bodies, found in Benjamin Franklin's basement.
12 skeletal bodies found in Benjamin Franklin's basement.
Yes.
The dude on the $100 bill.
Yes.
had a dozen skeletons in his basement.
Yes. Now you gotta listen to what I'm telling you, because you had me in the first half like you.
Okay, all
The
right.
bones were discovered during a 1998 renovation of the house of the London home, and were identified as being nearly a dozen people, including 6 children.
Hey, okay, what? Yeah, keep going.
It is not murder, but an anatomy school run by Franklin's young friend and protege, William Hewson.
This bitch put fake skeletons under his in his basement.
It wasn't fake skeleton.
Wait,
So he put skeletons
They're
in
real
there?
skeletons of people that have died of natural causes, and they were, in a way, donated to science.
So he had a class
He
about
had
human
a school.
anatomy.
He was running a school, an anatomy school, in Benjamin Franklin's basement.
Did Benjamin Franklin know?
I would assume so. It was his friend.
Oh my god,
Why
bro.
did they leave the skeletons in there?
I know. Like, why not tell people? Yeah, that definitely had to be in the first half. What the hell?
I don't know. I guess it was like,
Um,
I don't know, to be honest. I feel like it was mainly like just to kind of like start anatomy school. But yeah. He had skeletons
They
in his
couldn't-
basement.
Yeah,
They
I don't know how to
move these
feel.
skeletons and like
He wasn't
bury
like
them?
on his deathbed and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna need a few volunteers. Like, as long as you're not creeped out. There's these skeletons, or at least like not even tell them that they're real. He's like, there's these skeletons in Mr. Franklin's basement. I'm gonna need you to move those." He just left them there. After death, before death, he left them there, and was like, "Yeah, that's fine. They'll be fine here."
He just
The people who found those must have been absolutely terrified. Because not only were they real, I know the conspiracies. Not only were they real, but they were in Benjamin motherfucking Franklin's basement.
Yup.
Dude.
This is where they found my grandpa's body in Benjamin Franklin's.
Imagine getting
Oh
a
my
call.
God.
Like, you don't know where your family has donated their skeletal remains. Like, you know, you don't have closure. You get a call one day that they're in Benjamin Franklin's basement. Oh my god. That's fucking insane. I never would have thought that there'd be skeletons not connected to murder in a basement. Regardless of the person.
Yeah.
You see skeletons in a basement and you think something bad happened. But no.
Like I said, it had me in the first half, and I was like, was this guy a murderer? Did we
No,
put a murder on $100 bill?
Shit, they still wouldn't take them off.
No.
The rest of them are murderers. And they're
Oh,
on everything
man.
and more.
They were just
Nah.
like, oh, now he fits with the list of all the other
Right.
ones.
They were like, he was a cool inventor or whatever, but the bodies? Yeah.
How
Put
many,
him on that
12?
bitch.
Oh.
Put him on another one. A statue. More statues.
Does he need a penny? I think Lincoln can scoot over.
We can move Lincoln, or we can put both of them. Or limited edition, he gets his own. Or limited edition, it's both of their faces. It's a two-faced penny. You get to decide whose tail.
Or
Who wants to
if
play
you know
heads or
whose
heads?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's fucking amazing.
All right, this is gonna be my last fact, and then
Okay.
we'll move on to the strange laws in Texas.
Perfect.
There is a decorated, or
Mhm.
there is a decorated war hero dog. While in the trenches of World War I, the U.S. 1st Infantry Division found themselves unable to communicate with other troops because shell fire had damaged the telephone wires. A young private came up with a unique solution. A mixed breed terrier named Rags, whom the soldiers had adopted in Paris, would carry the messages from one division to the next, tucked in his collar. He saved many lives, and when Rags passed away, he was buried with military honors.
Mm-mm.
I actually knew about that. Like,
I
not
didn't.
completely in depth as to, like, the dates of, like,
Yeah.
when he died, when he, like, first was introduced, and all that, but I knew there was a military dog that was, like, running notes back and forth, kind of like a carrier pigeon, but like a dog.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a terrier because they're really fast and quick and able to get in and out of, like, small spaces really easily. And so they were like,
Yeah.
this is the dog. And that's why terriers are known for, like, digging holes and shit. Like, finding shit really easily. Like, small animals in, like, little holes.
Right.
It's
Because it was, like, digging holes to hide, and then they'd, like, it'd run. And it'd be quick. They're fast. And they're crazy smart, too. But yeah.
Right.
As soon as you said Rags, I was like, yep. I know this dog.
Rex.
The statue was really cute. I love that they did that. They gave him a statue.
Yes. It's very beautiful.
Nobody better touch that statue. Except for petting it.
Except for
No, as far as I know, like the last I saw of it, they were keeping it really well maintained. So
that's good.
I'm glad about that.
Okay, so I'm gonna move on to the strange enforceable laws in Texas.
Okay.
Some of them make sense. Others not so much. So the first one makes sense. Obviously, you can't sell your own organs. Don't ever do that. You can't sell your eyes, you can't sell your liver. Any type of organ or tissue, obviously don't sell them.
Yeah.
If you're trying to donate, just do it through hospital or whatever.
But the black market.
There are some cities, the black market.
The money.
Don't do it, guys, please.
No.
Yeah, but still. So this one is barefoot in public. There are some cities in Texas where it's illegal to go barefoot without a permit. In order to comply with the city's laws of sanitation and appearance, citizens must buy a permit for $5. Then they are free to go barefoot.
Shit, I know that city is in Austin. What the fuck? You have to have a $5 permit to not wear shoes?
Well, I mean, out in the city.
I mean, honestly, in the long run,
not at home.
Well, no. Yeah, no. I mean, I know, like, out in public.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was about to say, honestly, that might even be easier because, like, one pair of shoes, depending on where you go and what it is at least like $10.
Yeah.
Unless you go to Old Navy for their flip flops. But at some point, like if you're gonna get shoes, you want them to last. So you're not gonna go to Old Navy. No offense to Old Navy, but you're not gonna get shoes that last at Old Navy. So you go like other places, depending on. So at least $10 for a decent, like, okay shoe, or you could pay a one-time fee of $5 and just say fuck shoes.
Would you have to like regularly update your permit?
I believe so. Like if it's a permit, it's gonna have to be renewed every year.
How much is the renewal fee? I feel like they probably up that bitch if you want to renew it.
I want to say they have. Let me see.
If there's a renewal fee, then yeah, just get some shoes. Don't even worry about it. Just get some shoes. At this point, it's a one-time cost of however much the fucking shoes are.
You have a card and it expires at a certain point just for your feet. That's fucking weird.
And who out there is genuinely doing this? Who was like, yes, I don't want to wear shoes. I'm going to pay $5 a year or however the fuck it is for the renewal.
It doesn't look like it has one. I don't think it does.
If there's no renewal, it's literally $5 for the first time for the rest of your life. And you can say fuck shoes whenever you feel like it. That's crazy. Shit. God, if the world wasn't full of sharp shit and bad shit and dangerous shit,
yeah.
I might think
it's the one thing I'm kind of like.
If the world wasn't
bottles
so dirty, I'd do it.
and people stepping on your feet with their shoes.
Ooh, damn.
Oh,
Ouch.
or
Yeah,
you
no,
hit a
if the
corner
world
of the store.
if the world was perfect and futuristic and clean as fuck, I would think about it.
Mm-hmm.
But no, not right now, especially not in Austin.
Ooh.
But there are way too many not gonna say the word, but you know what I mean, in Austin to let me feel like Austin has that permit.
Yeah.
Especially downtown.
Well.
Hell no. If Austin has that permit, I will be amazed. Because they're not enforcing it. Like, there are so many people I've seen without shoes on while going to work.
Yeah,
like,
well, sadly, it doesn't list the cities, so I can't really tell you if that's a thing.
Yeah, let me see, because, you know, I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm gonna look it up for Houston.
No, Texas cities. That's not how you spell cities. I know how to spell cities. Shoo, I can spell. Permit. Okay, I found your link, but that's not what I want. Yeah, because I know a lot of places in Austin have the fucking no shoe, no shirt, no service shit.
Right.
I think Houston has it. I think.
Does Austin, Texas get tornadoes? No. What kind of question?
How do you look for this stuff?
I haven't seen
you
a
ask for a permit or for an application for a permit
I have no
for your
clue.
feet?
I don't think they would ask like that. Hey,
Walking
excuse me,
without-
I'm looking for a permit for my feet. I'm trying to
How
go
else do you
barefoot.
ask?
Walking around Austin without shoes is a big no-no.
Oh.
You're fucking hold on. The next sentence literally says, if you don't have a permit, that is, I know you're fucking lying.
It's a big no-no. Imagine you go trying to find a application at City Hall, and
I
you're like,
know you're
and they're
fucking
like,
lying.
oh, well, walking around as without shoes or anything is a big no-no.
You walk
So
in and they're
here
like,
you go.
you walk in without shoes and they're like,
Uh-oh.
You have $5, mayhaps?
You need a permit.
You're telling me Austin has that shit? It has to be for people that are, the word I won't say, and or people without homes. There's absolutely no way it's not for like what they consider everyday common normal citizens. Because I have never seen a word that I'm not going to say with shoes on. They never have shoes on. They're paying no. They don't have.
Yeah.
They have $5. It's not going to no shoe permit. No, hell no, Mo.
What do you mean they paid their $5? How
They are
else
not
is
walking
the
around
city
with $5.
thriving? The $5 flipping.
Oh my god! It literally says, if you want to enjoy a stroll around Austin, make sure your toes are properly shod. Shod? Shoed? Shoed? What the fuck is this word? SHOD. There's no E. Shod? Shoed?
I want to say shoed.
Hold on. Define shod. No, not shoe. I know what I wrote. What the fuck? The definition of shod. Wearing footgear, such as shoes. This is an actual word.
I want to say it's shoed and not shod.
I know.
No, it's shod. It's shod.
Is it really?
I just found the pronunciation.
No.
This bitch is shod.
That's weird. I've never heard that word before.
Shod. You're fucking lying to me. Well, anyways, unless your toes, make sure your toes are properly shod, apparently. Because walking around Austin without shoes is a big no-no.
I love that.
If you don't have a permit, that is.
That sounds
a
like
big
they
no-no.
grabbed my wrist and slapped it.
Whoever wrote this is fucking hilarious. It's a big no-no. A cop pulls over to the
Somebody
curb
forgot
and
to
he's
pay
like,
the $5.
I said, no. You get a ticket for not having shoes on, and he's like, I mean, you should have known.
You
It was the
shoulda
biggest
known.
no-no of all. Like,
The biggest no of all.
I was 2 years old when I learned that shod was a word,
Same.
and it's not chewed. I feel robbed. I feel wrong. That is fucking insane. That was hilarious. Okay. Apparently, Austin is a city with a shoe permit. Oh my god.
Is Houston? No.
I tried looking, but I can't find anything that says it.
I mean,
think
what I
Dallas
found
is.
wasn't like, yes, Austin is like a no shoe permit, but it was like walking around is a big no-no.
I really want to say not in Dallas, but I don't know.
I so badly wanted to be like, not Texas, y'all be safe out there. I mean, not Austin, y'all be safe out there. But I might be with the other cities.
But then we checked in with KHOU legal analyst Gerald Therese. Therese said there is no state law that requires shoes. A person can go barefoot in public if they want to. So I think here you don't need a permit.
That
People
or
are just
like maybe a
going out.
county enforced thing, you know?
Oh, it probably is.
Like,
Houston's
this county
pretty
you don't
fucking
need a permit, but if you step over county lines with no shoes, best believe
Oh, best believe.
you're getting in trouble. It's a big no-no.
A lot of cops here like to sit around and just wait, dude. Like my neighborhood, there's cops that sit and wait all the time. They will literally sit in a certain spot sometimes, very rarely. And they're not supposed to do it because they get in trouble for it.
That's
But
all they do, though.
it's like a slow U-turn, like under a highway, and they'll sit there and they'll just stare at your car looking for an expired sticker. And if you have an expired sticker, they'll pull you over to the gas station across the street and they'll give you a ticket.
Interesting.
And I wouldn't imagine if cops just sit there and they're just staring at your feet. Just, you better have a permit.
Walking along the sidewalk, they're just waiting for somebody with no shoes.
Stop!
I don't know. It's
Let me
not.
tell you
It
something.
doesn't say
Let me
anything
tell you
about
something.
Dallas having that permit, so I guess it's okay.
Like, I just keep finding like the same thing. Like, there's like in Austin, some things say like in Austin, some things don't. Like, they just kind of say what yours said, that like you need a shoe permit in some cities. So I have no clue. Whatever these cities are, this law is in like the back of the rule book because there's no list. That's hilarious, though. Texas is so strange, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, man.
It's gotta be like cities that have really dangerous shit on the ground, like northern Texas. That's like desert and shit with like fucking scorpions and snakes and shit. And they're like, you can walk around barefoot, but you're gonna pay $5 so that it's not our fault. Like, that's what that feels like.
Right.
Like, it's covering. And that's why it's in the back of the rule book, because it's like, if you want to put your toes into your own hands, what? Anyways, that's your choice. But you're gonna pay $5, and you gotta walk around with this permit.
I would not pay that $5.
I wouldn't either. But I also, if there was dangerous shit on the ground, walk around without shoes.
No, I'm
I
not
stubbed
saying
my
I'd walk
toes
around
too
barefoot.
No. I stubbed my toes too much to walk everywhere without shoes.
Same.
Can't happen. I'm gonna die from foot injuries, foot-related injuries.
Yeah.
I tend to be accident prone, so guaranteed I'll cut my foot and I won't notice till like somebody says, "Hey, are you bleeding?" And I'll look down and there'll be a trail of blood where my foot is hit.
Just a whole bloody footprint just on one side.
Yeah.
It's like, were they hopping?
Is this a prank? Am I being pranked?
That's hilarious. Like, where are the cameras? Oh my goodness.
So, Texas outlawed owning the Encyclopedia Britannica because a volume contains the recipe for making beer at home. So, if you are caught owning this specific set, it can technically result in fines and or jail time. Which makes sense because if you want beer, you have to go buy it.
The recipe for beer at this point, I'm sure, is on the internet somewhere.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like it doesn't
for
matter at this
sure.
point.
There's motherfuckers out here making moonshine, and you're telling me they're worried about beer?
Yeah.
Homemade beer? I guarantee you, long before that book came out, people knew how to make homemade beer.
Yeah.
They just didn't want it to spread to people who, like, everybody who knew how to read. But at this point, why is that illegal? Let people have it.
Yeah, it's just let people.
Everybody in the world, well, not everybody because I don't, but like everybody in the world knows how to make homemade beer.
Everybody, at least in America, above 21.
Right? Everybody of legal age who should be doing it knows how to make beer.
Uh-huh.
No, but like there's I don't want to look it up and get in trouble, but there's definitely the recipe for beer, homemade beer, on the internet somewhere. Black market or not, it's somewhere.
Well, so, I mean, for those who live in La Force, Texas, I'd say be careful because it is illegal. Yeah, well, it is illegal to take more than 3 sips of a beer while standing up.
How to make beer in 4 basic steps. Look at that. How to make beer in 4 basic steps. First result. And you're telling me this book is
stand and drink.
This book is still illegal to own? That's crazy. Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure it's just grains and shit. That's literally what that's crazy. It's so easy to make beer. Looking at that recipe. That's like a recipe for dummies. 4 easy steps. And I'm sure it just can get more complex with like strongness and stuff. That's hilarious though. You can't have an encyclopedia. Who put that in there in the first place?
I don't know.
Okay, who proofread that and was like, yeah, this can be published, like mass published? Like, sounds like it's the publisher's fault, if anything. Let the people read.
Let the people read.
That's crazy, though. A whole encyclopedia just because beer. Interesting.
This one makes sense to an extent, but it doesn't make sense at the same time. As to why people would do it anyway. Eating your neighbor's garbage without permission can land you in jail for trespassing and property theft.
Ew.
Why?
I don't know.
Are you eating garbage in the first place? Forget if it's your neighbors or not. Why are you digging through trash? But no, that makes sense because I mean, like technically, like trash cans are like property.
Yeah,
that you're like paying taxes for and shit. So someone's like literally trespassing, going through your garbage. So that makes sense.
But eating somebody's garbage?
But eating the garbage?
I have no clue.
Is just.
It's foul.
It literally just makes me think, like, what happened that they had to make a whole law about it? Like, who was getting so upset that their neighbors were eating out of their trash that they, like, it was such a big problem.
Were they throwing out whole meals? Like,
I mean, it had to be. For your neighbors to... Someone in your neighborhood, considered a neighbor, like, was going through your trash so routinely that you told somebody about it and they had to make a law. Like, yeah. They had to be throwing away, like, full meals or something because, like, that's crazy.
That's weird.
You cannot have cheese on Sunday. It's illegal in some cities in Texas to sell Limburger cheese, specifically Limburger, on Sundays. So no cheese on Sundays.
What the fuck is wrong with Texans?
I don't know.
What is cheese, bro? What is it? Is it alcoholic cheese? Is that why?
Probably.
That would be the only reason I could understand that one. Because, like, fucking whatchamacallits are closed on Sundays and shit.
Mm-hmm.
For, like, a certain amount of time. Like, some things are closed and then some things until it's, like, a certain amount, like, a certain time of the day. So if it's alcoholic cheese, okay. Like, fair enough. But if it's just a wheel of cheese, like, just normal everyday cheese, why? Why, and why that one specifically? What is
Apparently
it about?
it's illegal in Houston, I guess. Limburger cheese. What is Limburger cheese?
Limburger?
Lim burger.
Limburger cheese.
Oh, it has a strong smell to it, that's why. But I don't know why it has to be on a Sunday.
Specific day. A very specific day.
A specific day.
I don't know. I have to get my water. I'm waiting for Allie to finish up her research before I continue these laws. She's trying to research some stuff.
Like,
she wants to understand. I feel like as I keep going with these laws, she's like more and more confused as to what is happening in Texas.
It's literally just cheese. It's stinky cheese. They recommend you try it with wine. There's no alcohol in this cheese. But well, on Sundays, on specifically Sundays, you cannot have Limburger cheese.
Right.
What in the world? Okay, yeah, Texans are weird as fuck. What the fuck? I don't know how to feel.
Well, how do you feel about this one?
I don't know. How do I feel?
In Texas, it is illegal to mix another person to milk another person's cow.
Wait,
cow.
But that one kind of makes sense, though. I mean,
it does. You have to have their permission. But if you don't have a permission, you have a fine of no more than $10.
No, because for a split second you stopped and you said it is illegal to mix, and then you were like, no, sorry, it's illegal to milk a person.
This cow.
But you stopped. There was a genuine pause before you said cow.
Leave me alone.
You said it is illegal to milk a person. Another person. And then you said cow.
I meant to say, okay, look, I was trying to say milk persons, fuck.
No, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
a person's cow. A person's cow. That's what I was trying to say.
It started off bad when you were like, it's illegal to mix a person. And you were like, wait, no. But I think it's
meant to
even
milk
worse.
someone else's cow. That's what I meant. Okay.
There's a level of like intensity in what you just said. At the bottom, it's illegal to mix another person. In the middle, it's illegal to milk another person's cow. At the top, it's illegal to milk a person. We got the 3 tiers of legal activities. Right at the top. Don't milk anybody. Oh my goodness.
Don't milk anybody, don't milk their cow, and don't do it barefoot.
It's a big no.
Absolutely, without a doubt, don't do it barefoot.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness. But back to the fact. I can see how that'd be illegal because again, that's somebody's bought property that they're like paying taxes for and shit. Oh my god. That one's not as weird unless there's more to it. Is there more to it, or is it just that you can't milk another person's cow?
It's just that. And then if you do, without
that's
consent.
not weird. That makes sense. It's probably just weird that it's a law, not that it in of itself is weird.
Yeah, no, that it's a law.
Oh man.
So it is still against the law to this day to shoot a buffalo from the second floor of a hotel.
Who was doing that in the first place?
So according to this website, there was a time where there was still a ton of buffaloes roaming the streets of Texas. And there were people, aka cowboys,
right, in like the 1800s.
Yeah, for sure. That would actually stand on the second floor of the second floor balconies of hotels, and they would shoot buffalo from there. But it is still against the law to this day, even though there's no buffaloes around. Like,
the first floors are free game.
Right, yeah, like it's just the second. You can't do it on the second floor balconies. But below and up, you're good to go. I guess
so, because I don't know.
So was it like strategy? Were they like just high enough?
I want to say so, yes.
Because I'm like, if not strategy, just go outside. Just shoot them how you would normally hunt other shit. Like, just wait for them to be in a good spot and fire.
It scared too many of the hotel workers on the second floor.
Just the shots firing off and bodies just thump into the side, and they're like, we need to make this illegal. We can't do this. Our patrons are terrified.
This next one.
Oh, what the fuck? Like, it makes sense. Like, olden times, they were doing whatever the fuck, and that's why there's laws now. But why? Why hotel? It's the hotels that are losing me. Not really that they're on the second floor balcony of a building, or that they're shooting buffalo just wherever. It's that they're in hotels. And just mid-vacation, we're like, yeah, let's pull out the gun because there's a buffalo in the middle of the street. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
I will let you know who wrote this article after I'm done with all of these, and I find it a little bit funny. But this next one, it's already being done, but I mean, those planning to commit a crime in Texas are required by law to provide their victims with a 24 hours written or verbal notice. The law was put on this law was put on the book in an effort to reduce crime.
Mm-hmm.
Which kind of makes sense. And like I said, people were already doing it anyway.
Can you say that one more time?
So those planning to commit a crime in Texas are required by law to provide their victims with 24 hours written or verbal notice.
So it's illegal to not give them a warning.
Exactly.
And then it.
In
I mean,
Texas.
fair enough, but I don't really think people have been doing that.
No, yeah, I'm pretty like I mean, like
I feel like
serial
people who
like
died in
take serial
Texas,
killers for example.
there's absolutely no way they were telling people.
No, I mean, I'm saying like, they'll leave like notes or whatever, like, oh, you're gonna die tomorrow or something.
Yeah, like different little shits, but they don't slip it through their mail slot. Like, hey, just know this time tomorrow morning, you're dead. Like, what?
I don't know. All it says is that you have to give them 24 hours written or verbal notice if you're planning on committing a crime, which I hope none of you do. Listeners.
I mean, I guess that kind of goes in contact with the like when people call and they're like disguised voices or whatever, and they're like, "I'm gonna kill you." I mean, I like you may think it's a prank, but they're serious. They warned you, like
Yeah.
Does that make it legal? Does that make it like fair game?
It doesn't make the crime legal, but they don't fine you for that apparently.
I mean, yeah, if you tell them, it's taken off your charges.
Like,
the threat is
the rest of the shit is still there.
Yeah, no.
But at least you warned them, so don't worry about that one.
But you won't get like punished for the threat.
Basically.
But
yeah, that took like a year off your sentencing. Just because you warned them 24 hours in advance. Imagine they add that to your sentence because you thought it was 24 hours, but you were like 20 minutes too early.
Mm-hmm.
Like they hadn't seen it 24 hours in advance, but you sent it. But it requires when they see it or hear it. So if you like put a letter and they don't get home for the next hour, you gotta wait that whole hour or you get charged. That'd be crazy.
Stand outside their house for an hour.
I know, it's like, how long is this going to take? Just sitting there behind the curtains, like, do, twiddling your thumbs. They get home and you're like so unprepared, you just hop out and you're like not holding the murder weapon or anything. You're just like, boo.
So
you sit there for so long, you get like bored, and then all of a sudden you don't do the crime anymore.
It's like, man, I don't even want to kill you guys anymore. I'm going home. I'm gonna make myself some hot chocolate.
So this is gonna be the last law. There's a total of 16, but I cut it short to 10 because I want to move on to another topic that we were supposed to talk about on Friday, but we didn't get to. So in Galveston, you can be fined up to $500 for sitting on the sidewalk.
Oh, I heard about that one.
Yes. And I've gone to Galveston a couple times with my family, and it turns out that is true.
Really?
Because I actually witnessed somebody got fined for sitting on the sidewalk.
Seriously? Yeah. That's crazy.
Why is that a thing?
It probably follows around with like the loitering.
Yeah, I think so. That might be
it's illegal to like loiter, so you're like loitering and you're sitting down and like in the way, I guess.
Right.
But like loitering covers other shit, so they were like, let's also make it a different law that you can't sit down on public sidewalks.
Yes, and I believe that's why. That was a thing.
Maybe the beaches would get so packed that people would try to camp out on the sidewalks, and then they were like, "You can't do that."
Probably.
Yeah, that makes sense too. Trying to contain it to the sand.
Yeah.
And like, if you didn't fit, you just had to go.
So
that would make sense.
The people who wrote this website or this article full of these laws were actually or are still actual people from a law firm.
Oh my god.
So that's how you know that this is an actual thing.
I cannot with Texas, dude.
Thing. is because an actual law firm in Houston wrote this article.
I'm telling you, they're just in the back of the yearbook with rule book.
Oh my god.
They're just in the back. I don't know.
They might have
They're
been in the back of the yearbook, but you don't know.
Honestly, true, but they're definitely in the back of the rule book.
But
They're just chilling there.
yep.
They were scamming through the rule book and they were like, all right, we know this. There's a shoe permit? And then they made the list.
Wait a minute, what are they?
They got stuck at the shoe permit. They were like, shit, we gotta tell people. Shit, that's what would get me stuck too. I have to pay $5 if I don't wear shoes. I can't let that go. The only reason.
What if I don't have $5? Do I go to jail?
Right? Or do they
give me a
provide you
pair of
shoes? Like temporary shoes, yeah. Like if you didn't know and they were like, do you have $5? And you were like, no, I actually don't. Like, do they give you shoes or is it just like automatic jail sentence? Because like, what if you really didn't know? That's crazy.
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
The only other one that's stuck in my head right now is the fucking cow one, but only because I misheard what the fuck you said. Like,
I stutter, I'm sorry.
I'm sure somewhere in a rule book somewhere.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. That's an illegal thing.
Illegal.
For sure.
All three tiers are illegal. There's somewhere. All of those are listed in whatever order. Gotta be illegal. I'm sorry, that took me out. The pause was at the worst possible.
Look, leave me alone.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, but moving on to a different topic.
Yes.
Because I don't want to be bullied anymore.
Man, I don't have
I got a lot of that at school. Leave me alone.
Oh my god.
No, but have you guys ever experienced like bad customer service? Or like the most awesome customer service ever?
I mean,
okay, there you go.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, I can't really recall a time that I've had to like really talk to customer service. Like, obviously, both of you know, like, I have an experience, but it's not really mine. You know, like I talked to the people for like, I don't know, like 30 minutes maybe. Mm-hmm. Like no, that's not a word. The majority. The majority of the experience wasn't me, so I couldn't really talk about that one because it's not me, and I don't really think that I have like customer service things like that, so not that I can think of anyways.
Right. What about you, Mo?
I remember when I was younger, I've always had this thing about the way people, like, every time I would look at somebody and I'd always assume like, maybe that person's upset, that person's sad, that person's whatever. But especially when I was little, if somebody was mad at me, they'd give me a look. My dad would give me a look and it would like freak me out. So this lady at Walmart once, I remember we were leaving and she was, scanning everything and putting them in bags, but she was giving, I don't know what I did. I don't remember what I did to piss this lady off, but she was giving me a death stare, bro. Like, she was just mean mugging the shit out of me, and I was just looking at her. So then I was like, what do I do? So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna put these bags in the cart. Me being little, probably like 6, 7 years old, not even 7, like 6 years old, 5, 6. Mm-hmm. I was like putting all the bags in the cart, and I told my mom about it, and my mom was really upset. So my parents called the Walmart, and apparently they got the lady fired because apparently she does that a lot. Oh, she mean mugs people, and they gave us a gift card for, I don't remember how much, but I remember I asked my mom this because I remember it as a specific memory because I remember this lady fucking mean mugging the shit out of me. And I remember my mom was like, I don't remember that. And I was like, You probably don't. It's probably a normal Tuesday for you.
But for me, I was getting glared at.
I was getting me mugged by this random ass lady, the cashier. Like, damn, I'm sorry.
I don't know what I did to you, but I'm sorry.
I don't remember what I did, but I I must have ruined her day or her month.
I mean,
my
if you did
bad.
it to everybody, I guess you were just that day's victim or whatever.
I guess so. I
Happened to
hope
be little
not.
you. That's crazy. Well,
I can't really think of one like right at this second. I feel like um but I have worked in multiple places and I've experienced the employee side of like customer service. You know, because I try my best, man. I try my best at jobs and whatnot. And I think the craziest story that I can think of right now, um actually was when I was working. I don't want to say the company, like the company name.
yeah.
But I mean, everybody would know what it is if I just explained what this place was. It's where you used to go as a child when you couldn't afford to go like to Disney World or whatever. Um, with like a bunch of robots and like, you know, arcade games. Anyways, um,
Well, more like animatronics and robots.
animatronics. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Uh, but there was there was actually this one time that, and like I kept my cool like the entire time. I tried my best to like stop things from happening. Um there was this kid who went into the like a fun house where it's like a bunch of like mirrors and like slides and shit. And this kid was actually like hitting other kids and like calling them bitches.
Hey,
Oh my
And
god.
mind you, this is like maybe like a 7, 8 year old.
God damn.
And so this girl came out crying and like told her parents, and then her dad came up to me and like I happened to be like helping them with their party. At the time I was a manager, so I tried my best to like chill the situation down. But
Yeah.
you know, he told me, he was like, yeah, I don't want my kid crying, like it's her special day, blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, of course I understand. I'll see if I could talk to this child and, you know, see if I can find their parents. So I go over, and I'm not a big fan of going into like enclosed spaces. Like they're pretty small.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not gonna go in there. So I was like, I got my general manager. He's a short guy, so he could go in there without a problem.
I'm dead.
So I was like, hey, I'm gonna need you to, you know, go in there, find this kid because he's hitting other kids and, you know, calling them, you know, bitches and whatnot. And he was like, oh, all right, whatever. So he went, found the kid. You know, the kid slid down to like get away from him. And I met him at the other, like, I met him at the end of the slide. And I was like, hey, I need to talk to your parents. Like, you're not supposed to be hitting kids. You know, it's just really mean. So
Yeah.
his dad was actually like right there. Like, it was a different party, like 3 tables down. And so his dad like came over and was like, what's going on? So I explained to him what happened. He immediately hit his kid
Whoa.
like on the top of his head, like, you know, smacked him on the back of the head. And was like, what the hell are you doing? And you know, he was like, have I taught you nothing? And blah blah blah, right? So he was just
my
going off on this
god.
kid.
That's crazy.
And I was like, sir, like, it's okay, you know, just I'd rather, you know, he not just, you know, be in here anymore. Like, if you can, just keep into like arcade games or whatever. And he was like, yeah. So then the the girl's father came over and was like, oh, is this your son? And like, you know, they were, you know, their voices were getting a little loud. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna get in the middle of this because if I don't, they're gonna start throwing punches and I'm not down for that. So
Yeah,
I was like, hey, I'm gonna need y'all to like back up a little bit because y'all are a little too close and you guys are, your voices are a little too high. Obviously the dog, the girl's father was like, oh, like I'm not trying to start a fight or anything. I'm just, he needs to start teaching his son better. And I was like, yeah, I understand, no worries, but like back up because if you don't, like
Yeah.
something's gonna happen. He was like, I'm not trying to, you can put your hand down. Like he was telling me, like, put your hand down because you don't need to, put your hand up to me, like tell me to stop or whatever. I was like, sir, I'm doing the same thing to him, so I'm trying to get y'all to move back.
yeah,
Because if y'all don't, like, something really is gonna go down, and it, I'm not gonna be able to stop it. I'm just a girl here, and
yeah,
so I was like, I'm not trying to have a fight start between two parties that are literally that close to each other,
yeah,
and then
definitely.
end up like having to like have you guys escorted out by police officers when your
Yeah,
kids are having like special days today. So please. So obviously, like, my general manager came out and was like, all right, like, he tried to sit the situation down, but he couldn't, because he got called away, so I had to stay. And I was like, bro, like, I'm gonna need you to come back, homie. Like, um but yeah, I think that's the craziest story that like nothing really happened. Like there was no fight or anything, thankfully. I was in the middle, so they couldn't really do anything. But they were yelling at each other, and I was like, all right, either like it got to the point where I was like, all right, you guys need to go back to your tables. If you don't go back to your tables, I will have to ask you all to leave. Like we can figure out shit from here, but you guys either go back to your tables and enjoy the rest of your day, or you guys leave and totally mess up your kids' special days.
yeah,
And that'll stick with them for a good time,
yeah. I
and
mean,
you'll
sometimes you
get
gotta
hated
shock
for it.
people.
I won't. So
Right, literally.
Not my problem.
not my problem
Sometimes
if
you
your
just
kid
gotta
hates
shock
you for
people. So,
picking a fight in a child place and
literally.
ruining their birthday. So I would suggest
Yeah,
just
no,
going back to your tables and just forget about the whole thing.
that's a
you know
whole traumatic core memory right there.
so yeah, I was like, yeah, I understand that your daughter's crying, but you're her father, so you need to go comfort her. He needs to take care of his kid and figure out how the hell he's going to raise his kid. So just
Yeah,
leave it be, type of thing. Ooh, my voice
yeah.
cracked. Um, Sorry.
No point
But
for the argument or the fight. Yeah,
yeah, no,
totally.
there's definitely more stories that I have from that specific job. Um, because, and mind you, I've only worked there for about 2 years. Um, but I think I'll save the stories for next time because we're getting close to that time.
Yeah,
But yeah, these freaking, that's crazy, man. It's crazy how much one single person in a job can go through,
yeah, for sure, for sure.
especially in a kid's place like that. It's just like, really.
No, honestly, no, I definitely have some work stories, customers and staff. Like,
Oh
goodness.
my god. Oh, don't even get me started, dude. I remember. Sorry. As soon as you said staff, I was like, there was this other story that I really wanted to talk about. But like I said, I'll leave it for next time. I want to say we could leave it for Friday so we can talk about like work stories and
Yeah,
whatnot on
definitely.
Friday.
I'm down for that.
Um,
Mhm.
there's some crazy shit that happened, and I'm just like,
This
yo,
fucking stories I have,
oh
bro.
man, yeah.
Especially my last job. Oh, yep.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
me, dude. I got a lot of stories.
Oh my god. This last fucking job, bro. I have been meaning to tell people just cause I'm excited.
You
I am
keep that in
excited
mind.
for
Put it in notes or something, and we'll
Oh,
we'll talk about it on
it's
Friday.
in my head. Notes, schmotes. I've been thinking of this shit since it happened.
No, yeah, for sure, for
All
sure.
of it.
If any of you have any work stories, we do, or if you want to keep it anonymous, we do have a Curious Cat social over in Discord. So if you want us to share it on Friday, we'll be more than happy to.
We
Oh
can talk
yeah.
about our own, but we can also talk about yours, should you want us to. So, anonymous,
Bet.
anonymous or not, You know,
Oh man.
we will
No, but
happily
yeah,
tell them if you want us to talk about
if
themselves.
you want to put in some anonymous stories, just check the bio on our Twitter. You'll find a Curious Cat link, like Mo said. But if you are okay with us telling your name, we can just switch around the names in the story or whatever. You
Yeah,
can
just
just post it
substitute
on
names,
Discord and we'll
whatever.
read it from there. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're fine with your name being out there, but don't want other people's, or if you're gonna say fuck it, whatever with that too.
Yeah.
But just put it in like the general or something. We might want to make a
Yeah.
tab for stories. People want us to tell when they don't want it to be anonymous. But yeah, I mean, if you have anything, just go ahead and put it somewhere.
Yeah, because boy, do I have some stories.
And if
I'm
you
going
want
to
us to
switch
talk about
names
it, go
around for
right
my
ahead.
stories because obviously, like, it's a
I won't.
podcast. And I still have,
No,
like, I'm still in contact with a couple of friends that I made in that first job that I had.
I don't talk to any of those fuckers on purpose.
I don't talk
I
to
will leave
anybody
their
from my
name.
last job, but I don't want to put their names out like that, so I'm just gonna, switch it around. But yeah, I have some stories.
I won't say the store name, but I will say their names because
Oh yeah, the
I'm
company names will definitely switch.
I'm saying their names, but I'm not gonna say the
Jesus.
store name.
She's really wanting to go off on these people.
I want
She's
to
like, I don't have
so
y'all here,
bad.
so I'm gonna talk about y'all now.
I want to call them out. Shit, I'd call them out if I was in front of them. I don't care. The shit that happened in that job, I have so badly wanted to tell people. Anybody who would listen, I would talk about it when it like first happened.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm like, I won't talk about it. And I'm gonna say their names because they got issues.
Mm. Right.
And should they come across this podcast, I'm gonna let them know right now. Y'all have some issues. I'm gonna let it be known.
I'm gonna let it be known.
You guys can switch around names, but I will not.
All right.
I'm gonna put these in alphabetical order.
Oh my god. Well, just as a reminder to our listeners, on Wednesday we're gonna be talking about paranormal activity and stories that we've got lined up for Wednesday special. Next Wednesday is going to be true crime, whether solved or unsolved. So stay tuned for those. Like we said, Friday we're going to talk about work stories and whatnot. Oh man. But here is where we're gonna end our episode. Thank you all for allowing us to be part of your day. And we will see you guys on the next one.
Powerpuffs out.